friends, I welcome you all to the Creative Thinkers Hub channel. Today we are going to see that how one could do package designing. So for that, let's start with something that is as simple as this. Okay, now for that we are going to do everything exactly the same way you see in the previous artwork. We are going to remake it. So for that we are going to take a rectangle. Okay, the artwork previously is in mm, so we stick to mm as our mode of measurement, and we start. So therefore this is going to be 52 tab 112, enter. Right, we duplicate this, keep it here and duplicate again. So all our four corners are done. Now what is the most important thing in the packaging is that your cuts and everything should be just the way it should be. So if there is a box which is 52 and again when it folds it becomes 52, so the top is going to be only 52. Okay, so this is going to be one top, and then again you duplicate, let's duplicate this, and this is your second top. You have to understand that, if one is coming on the extreme, the other one has to come on the second. So it always has to be the first and the third, or second and the fourth. Yeah, so remember that very it's extremely important. Then next comes our flaps. Okay, so what do? You just duplicate this again, come here, keep one flap this way, reduce its size. Okay, half of it is fine, you can even have 20 so that they are not overlapping into each other. Make sure you come in, align this well and convert it to curves. Once you have converted this to curves, you come here, add a node, come here, add another node, you come here and you say 5. Okay, so we come here, take the top 3, not the bottom one, otherwise we can take the bottom one also, and press Ctrl and shift it this way. So this is only going to shift it by 2.5. okay, then next, without pressing the Ctrl, press this, so this will shift it to 5 mm to your liking. Fine, so this one flap is done. Even this, so that it's not really close, we come here, press Ctrl and let it come inside. Now this is one side. The second side, when you duplicate, it will be the flip, and that should always be here. Got it? So this is our second one, and then we duplicate these, flip them again and leave them here. So this is what completes our box in terms of the flaps, in terms of everything. Now what are the other things? The insertions. These are the closures, now the insertions. So again you duplicate this, come here, and we don't want that flap to be 50, so I think half an inch, that is 12 or 13 mm is good enough. So we come here and make it 12, convert this to curves, and again move it in by 5 on both sides. So what is going to happen, this flap will be pasted on this part over here. Okay, and now there is something else. We need to make the tongues that need to be coming from both the sides. So for that we are going to be coming here, duplicate this again, just let the tongue be 12, Okay, half an inch is good. And what we do here is that we give it a rounded effect of 6. And then if need be, you push it, convert this to curves. So now what do? We come here, convert these to curves, and I think 2 mm is too much. We just slightly push it in by 1 mm. Got it? So over here we push this in by 1 mm, we push this in by 1 mm. Now why are we doing this? Because we don't want a tongue, getting stuck anywhere while we are putting it inside the box. So we don't want it to get stuck anywhere. So that's the reason we are doing this, and therefore we did these also because of the same reason. Now we just duplicate this, we flip it and put it on our other top. Got it? So this is the forma that is complete. Now this is the forma for the artwork. As you can see, something very similar. Now what are we going to do? Just so that we are not wasting a lot of time, we are going to take elements from here itself. Okay, so you're going to take all these elements and just now place them as and how we need it. Now you'll ask me, how did I do this? Okay, in our previous video we had learned that if there is an image, so this is our picture. Okay, we are going to come here and so if this is our picture, how are we going to work around this? Now all we need to do is come here, trace bitmap, okay, line art, and make sure our colors are black and white. Okay, they are black and white, and we increase the setting to clip art. Now what happens here is that you will get very high quality imaging. Okay, in that particular thing, make some necessary changes if need be. And say I want to remove the white color, remove white from the entire image, and we say okay, fine. So this is how I got my plant. So we had this image, and that image is now a vector. So we are going to take certain parts of this, we shall stick with this, we group it, and we stick with this and we group it. Now if you can see, there are certain colors that I have given to this particular box. So this part and the caps, these are given a particular color. So that's how you just come here. Let's see. Okay, 1 2 3, fine. So 1 2, even this has green. Now I don't want this same green here, so it's a little too dark. Let's say that if I have taken my logo, the one that you can see here, my own logo, if I take it here and paste it, assuming that this is the Creative Thinkers Hub medicine box, yeah. So you shift this, and if you see closely, my green is very different to what you are getting. So the second option is just come here and click on the green and keep putting it here. Or else if you think that it's a little too dull, then the second option is that you select all of them and you come here, long click on green, and that's why you will get this palette, and just select this greenish bluish kind of a thing. So at the end of it we selected blue instead of green. Now what you need to do is start typing in. Now we are not going to waste time, but this is all that you need to keep typing in. So this should also have been in the same blue. object, power clip, place inside frame and place it. Fine. One gone. Object, power clip, place inside frame and put it here. So therefore both of them are now power clipped into each and every one of them. As you can see, this is independent of the other. So that is how you could take all the particular details. Now this, we are just going to copy this and put it here and align it to where we want it to be. We group all of them and base align it to this. Got it? So it all the carton looks synonymous. Then we select this whole thing, copy it and paste it here, and again do the same. Got it? So this is group it and you align it accordingly. Fine. This is done, and all I did was take my logo in this, give it a black and white output and paste it here. So that's how my carton is complete. So this is how you make a creative carton for anything. Now let's go on to our next video. Let's go or moreover into our next product. This is complete. So we come here, group it and it's complete. Let it be on the page. You can even make the page horizontal and change the page size to the artwork, say auto fit. Okay, like how we have always learned. Then you come here and say this is my new page. In the new page we are going to take another image and enlarge the image. Okay, so this is my foil. Now what I want to do, I want to create a packaging on this foil, and let's say I want to create a foil for my kingfisher itself. Okay, kingfisher suddenly decided to now make biscuits. Okay, so kingfisher image we are going to be taking here. Now what we have to do first is leave this alone. This doesn't need to be worked on right now. We come here and we carefully first just create an outline of this same product. You select this outer one, object, power clip, place inside frame and place it here. Now you give it a no outline. So therefore your pillow pack or whatever that you may call it, your foil pouch is here. Now again take this and power clip it inside. Then press Ctrl, go in and place this image strategically on how you want to work on it. Okay, fine. Now align it in a more better way. Yes. So both of these things will come. Now I say that now you would say that now what do I do with this? So from here we are going to now give this object a transparency. Okay, let it be not 50%, let it be 30%. Okay, if you do 50%, especially in this case, it will get washed out. So we don't want it to get washed out also, and we want it to come normal. So come here, then you say multiply. See, now we get the shape of the pillow pack also coming behind. So you can reduce this further depending on how you want the output to look. So done that, okay, we come out, then we come into effects, adjustment lab, and we come into gamma. Now with the help of gamma, this becomes dark and it gives it a very nice refreshing look. Okay, so it looks like as if it's the product. So you come here, that is about it. Then if need be, even you can reduce the transparency slightly, okay, and come to come to effects, adjustments, and light. In 2022 version of CorelDraw, it's light. In others, you might get brightness contrast saying that. So now I reset it, okay, and then accordingly I brighten my image just so that I want my tones to come in the right way. So keep increasing and decreasing the tension. I think this is good. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, and I say finish. So this is how I created a pillow pack out of my image video. We saw how we could create a package design on a foil. Now that artwork was pretty simple to basically get it into the firma. But what if I have something that is more complicated? Okay, so let's say that this is what I have. Okay, now you would say that what is so complicated about this? You will see. Okay, so once I say object, place inside frame and put it in. Now if you realize there is a lot of matter that is also getting cut over here. Okay, so that is our complication. So let's zoom into this, and to reduce those complications, okay, there is an amazing tool that we have also learned in the past in our tutorials. That is our envelope tool. So what you need to do is select this, put the envelope. Okay, now as we all know, we can add, remove, curve, whatever with the nodes. So this is our complication. Got it? So now once this is done, we have to apply the same thing that we did in the last video. So what was that? You put transparency, let it be, come here, say uniform transparency 50%. Okay, we make it 40, and then we come into effects, adjust, gamma, okay, we can even come here, make it 50%. Got it? Then come here, if and in brightness contrast. So we reset everything because this is a brand new image. Then we say finish. So you will get some the background that is there, because it's all white. So you will, and even this is also very light color. So these are the issues that you will face when you are doing an overlay of an existing image. Okay, so this is how this will look. Fine. So saying that, we will now move to our next thing. Now let's say that this was my box which I had created last time, and I want to take this box into a 3D environment. So how do I take it into a 3D environment? Okay, let's see. So for that, we can only take 2 corners and 1 top. So let's copy. Okay, we take this one and we group these, and this is the second one. We need to group these, right? Now why am I doing that? And then 1 top. So we are going to take this top and let it come here. This is my top. Got it? We give this also black outline. So that's how we are going to work with 3 objects. Now what you need to do here, don't select anything, come into objects, perspective, draw in perspective. Here you don't have to put 1 point, draw in perspective, and 2 point, right? Because we want the whole object to be in 2 point. So once that is there, all you need to do is just shift this line on top, let everything be the way it is, okay, and put all of these in move to plane, move to orthographic plane. What does orthographic plane mean? That it is allowed to basically go into a 3D kind of a structure. Now when we come here, let's place it right in the middle. Okay, we come on this face, click on the object and say move to plane, move to left plane. See, that's how it will move. Okay, then we come here, place this object here and say move to plane, move to right. Okay, now because we had just placed them randomly, the alignment also will not be the same. You will have to align them and probably even resize them. Okay, so that way and this way too. Got it? Now if need be, you can select both of them and increase the size, right? Now because they are in 2 very different planes, they will start to overlap that way. So what we need to do is, again you need to move it. You see, now it's sizing, see. So it's all got to do with where and how you are placing it. So there is no problem in increasing or reducing the size as long as your output is coming the way you want it. So you put it in this and say I want it on the top plane. Okay, and say move to plane, move to top plane. So this goes here, and as you move it, you see the size changes. So I come here and I place it here. Got it? So this is how this one box will look. All I need to say is that finish, right? So this is done. Now if I make it big, small, it's not going to hamper my output. So this is how that box will look in 3D. So friends, this is how you can place any box. Okay, like how this was the clientele representation of this design, that way this is how this will look for the client. Okay, so saying that, I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe and do not forget to share. Thank you.